Firefighters in Jamesville jumped into action today and didn't have far to go. The fire was inside the department. Details are just ahead. And we'll take you to one of the many National Night Out celebrations in the East, giving law enforcement and community members the chance to connect. We could see some rain around tonight and over the next few days. Zach has details coming up in his First Alert forecast. That's in just a moment. Right now, time for tonight's Mega Millions drawing.
Live, WITN First Alert News and certified most accurate weather start now.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Dave Jordan. We begin tonight with a crime first alert. The Bertie County Sheriff's Office says it's investigating a shooting in Mary Hill. It happened in the 700 block of Highway 45 North. The Sheriff's Office is asking the public to avoid that area. No further information has been released at this time, other than authorities say the situation is contained and poses no further threat to the public. We'll update the story as we learn more. A Jamesville volunteer fire and EMS ladder truck was heavily damaged when it erupted in flames inside the fire department building. The truck caught fire just after 5 today and took about an hour to extinguish completely. There was also damage to the building. We're told the department bought the truck used and has only been in existence there for about 6 months. Public Information Officer Ashley Futrell says it's a big loss for the department.
Yeah, it's a big loss for us because we depend on it, and it's thank God it's replaceable. We have insurance, but as you know, being a volunteer fire department, it's tough to recover from something like this. Value-wise, you can't put a price on it.
Fire officials say that between the truck and the equipment lost, the damage estimate is over $1 million. The cause of the fire is undetermined at this time. National Night Out, an event to foster community involvement between the public and law enforcement, happened across the country this evening. The Pitt County Sheriff's Office hosted theirs in 2 different locations. Haley Hollinger was out at the one in Greenville talking to attendees, and she's live now with the details. Haley?
Dave, the National Night Out in Pitt County was full of people, games, and food. And the one thing I was hearing about more than anything else was the bouncy house. Whether it's cornhole with a cop or
maybe the dinosaur.
The bounce house.
There was something for everyone at the Pitt County Sheriff's Office National Night Out.
My favorite thing with all the stands. All the stands you get stuff at.
And the consensus was that it was a good time.
It's been good. I loved it. I'm glad my mom took me here.
About a couple hundred people attended the event, and Pitt County Lieutenant Frida Godley Hines says she loves watching it grow.
So last year, because of weather, we couldn't have it, but the year before, it has grown since then. And so we've moved some locations since we started, and we've been all over the county. And so this right here is close to home for me. And so the people that we see are neighbors for me. So from the beginning, it's grown.
The National Night Out events hope to build relationships between law enforcement officials and communities with each event through the interaction with all of these activities. And there's no better way to do that than with the community showing up.
They also thank us in public and, by attending. Their attendance says thank you to me.
Lieutenant Godley Hines also mentioned how grateful she was for their partnership with Bell Arthur EMS, as it was hosted there this year. Dave?
All right, thanks, Haley. And the Greenville Police National Night Out will be held on October 3rd. Kinston Teens, a nonprofit that aims to positively impact their community, recognized the first group of teens and young adults to complete the Digital Literacy Corps. The program equips participants with important technology skills, certifications, and paid work-based learning experiences. It hopes to help close the digital divide by increasing digital access and opportunities. Kinston Teens founder Chris Suggs says they have gotten positive response to the program.
And I'm very proud of the students who were selected to participate and have gone through this program, because the skills that they've demonstrated already, the impact they've already been able to have on the community through our different outreach events, it really shows that they're committed to bridging the digital divide and trying to make sure that no one is left behind as we emerge in this technology age.
The Digital Literacy Corps was launched earlier this year with the support from the NC Division of Broadband and Digital Opportunity and a grant from the U.S. Conference of Mayors. Well, we could see some showers overnight and have more rain chances over the next several days as well. Chief Meteorologist Zach Holder is tracking it all for us in his first alert forecast. Zach?
Yeah, today showers crept in at times. Some spots had maybe a pretty wet day. Others, most of us, stayed pretty dry. Over the next couple of days, rain just keeps increasing. It's going to come in waves. I don't think it's going to rain all day every day, but there will be some spots kind of like today that may get stuck in the rain. By the time we get into the weekend, we've actually dropped those rain chances a little bit from widespread to a little more scattered. Even tonight, we've had some showers. You can see the clouds have moved in, so I think we'll get some sun the next couple of days, but not a ton of it. These showers moving out pretty quick. Do still have a little batch over northern Greene County, even Snow Hill, maybe a little bit of rain before that moves out. A couple showers still on the east side of Greenville, with more showers from Williamston, close to Windsor, starting to move northeast, but also fizzling out just a little bit. It's hurricane season, getting close to the peak of hurricane season. Right now, the most pressing issue to watch is this disturbance off the coast at about 40% chance of development. We'll keep a close eye on it, and rain chances will be here, and some of the rain will be heavy regardless of development or not. Coming up, we'll talk more about this system and also talk about what else is going on in the Atlantic and show you some rainfall amounts and the timing of the rain over the next few days.
All right. In the meantime, temperatures still not getting too hot.
No 90s until next week.
All right. Thanks, Zach. Police are investigating the death of a man on an electric scooter last night in Williamston. The crash happened around 7 near the veterinary hospital on US 17 Business. Police say 32-year-old Taj Overton was killed in the crash. Video from the scene showed a white car with visible front passenger side damage parked at the crash site. Police say their investigation into the fatal wreck is ongoing. An emergency room doctor on the Crystal Coast is on administrative leave after his arrest on child porn charges in Pitt County. Pitt County deputies arrested 31-year-old Dr. Aaron Moulton Monday. Warrants say that he had sexual content involving a child between the age of 7 and 10. Warrants reveal the offense happened in December of 2024. Moulton was charged with 2 counts of second-degree sexual exploitation of a minor. U.S. Acute Care confirmed he is an emergency physician with their group and has been removed from their schedule and placed on administrative leave. Moulton was taken to the Pitt County Jail and posted a $150,000 bond. A current teacher of the year remains in jail for multiple child porn counts after a raid Monday morning. 42-year-old Jesse Casino was charged with 5 counts of second-degree sexual exploitation of a minor after a search of his home on Chalk Street in Elizabeth City. Warrants say police found several videos showing youngsters between the ages of 11 and 14 engaged in sexual acts. A staff directory says Casino is a teacher at Northeastern High School in Elizabeth City. Elizabeth City Pasquotank Public Schools Associate Superintendent Rachel Haynes says that Casino is suspended pending an investigation. A social media post congratulated Casino for being named the Teacher of the Year at the high school for the 2025-26 school year. Casino was jailed on $200,000 secured bond, and police say this remains an ongoing investigation. A Beaufort man remains at a trauma center 2 weeks after police say that he was attacked at a downtown bar. 49-year-old Michael Johnson is at ECU Health Medical Center with severe injuries. Warrants say the man suffered a fractured skull, broken jaw, a brain bleed, a stroke, and is currently on a ventilator. Beaufort police on Monday charged James Jones with felony assault inflicting serious bodily injury. They say it happened on the evening of July 22nd and started as a physical fight between the 2 men at Finn's Bar and Grill on Front Street. A news release says it escalated in the parking lot where Jones hit Johnson in the head with a closed fist. Police say the man fell backward, hitting his head on the concrete. Jones's bond was set today at $100,000. Leaders from across cities from around the country came to Washington today to talk about finding solutions to address the housing supply shortage. Washington correspondent Stetson Miller has more.
Leaders who came here to this Housing Supply Accelerator Summit said it was important for them to all be here in Washington to try to address one of the most difficult issues affecting their communities. Just down the block from Capitol Hill, local and private sector leaders gathered on Tuesday to talk about how they can address the country's housing crisis.
We are all here, frankly, to talk about, from my perspective, what is the most important pressing issue in our country, which is housing. It's trying to find ways to address our housing supply issues to create more affordable workforce and market rate housing.
This is the Housing Supply Accelerator Summit. an event organized by the National League of Cities to try to forge partnerships that are needed to address the housing supply shortage.
Why are we all of a sudden in a housing crisis? Well, it's built up over time. And it wasn't the state's fault, it wasn't the city's fault, it wasn't the developers, the realtors, or the Fed's fault. It's everybody's problem. And it takes everybody to address that problem.
Tempe, Arizona Mayor Corey Wood says he learned a lot from other leaders at the summit and also passed on some of his own city's solutions to other communities.
There is no monopoly of good ideas just alone in the city of Tempe. There are lots of cities and towns across this country that are doing great work on this issue. And so I'm proud to work with them, and I'm proud to partner with them, and I'm also very proud to learn from them.
In Washington, I'm Stetson Miller.
It was another booming day at Greenville's Elm Street Park as the Little League Softball World Series continues. Families from all across the globe are in town to watch these impressive players take to the field. One of today's games was between Canada and Latin America. The tournament features 12 teams from the U.S., Asia Pacific, Canada, Europe, Africa, and Latin America. Of the foreign parents WITN spoke with, some of them said it was their first visit to America, and all of them said it is their first trip to Greenville. It was hard to find anyone who did not love it here so far.
It's been amazing, to be honest. Everyone has been really welcoming, really nice to us, so we're really enjoying your stay.
The games throughout the week is free. The Little League Softball World Series started on the 3rd and will end on Sunday. And still to come, school bells will soon be ringing, and to help teachers prepare, Governor Josh Stein made a special delivery today. Details are just ahead.
And we keep watching for rain chances over the next few days, and clouds too. That's why we're not expecting the 90s to come back until next week. Coming up, we'll talk about how much rain can fall over the next few days. Also show you the next wave that could arrive early tomorrow. We keep you safe.
From your most watched, most trusted weather source, here's your certified, most accurate First Alert forecast.
Always start to notice a little more panic in people when we start to get to the point of hurricane season where we've got multiple things to watch out for. And the good news is we don't really have to pay attention to all of it. For Dexter's case, it's not going to make a U-turn and come right back at us. This is gone for good, at least in our world. As we go over the next few days, we'll be watching that area off the coast. We're also going to be watching to see what crosses the Atlantic. This will be the first of several waves throughout the month of August that try to cross the Atlantic. Right now, 50% chance of development, and just because there's a chance something develops, and even if something does develop, doesn't mean it's going to be a hurricane or a major hurricane. In fact, most model data for now keeps that pretty weak and maybe stuck in the middle of the ocean. The other little area that we're watching really hasn't developed yet. There's a little bit of a low pressure, but we're kind of stuck between that and another little storm system draped over the mountains, and that's why we just continue to see a lot of activity on the coastline. Got our first taste of a little bit higher rain chances this evening tonight. Really light stuff, but it still put down a little bit of rain. Plus, we had the downpours in Carteret County, over in Onslow County and Pender County that maybe a few isolated areas picked up close to or over an inch of rain already. Zoom out, you see the major issues over the past 24 hours have been from Greensboro, especially Charlotte, down into South Carolina. I think we'll see something similar like this develop, but more in the same areas. Greensboro over to the Triangle, maybe Fayetteville, and some of this could occasionally bring some heavy rain over into our area. But right now, it looks like we'll be seeing just how much rain we pick up and how fast we pick it up. But right now, our numbers don't look anything that would cause major issues, though we will keep an eye on that. You start to see showers and thunderstorms develop tonight into tomorrow. There's that spot there between the Triangle and the Triad where maybe we start to get a little too much rain, and we are going to pick up a few inches in spots, but notice that low just kind of meanders and just sits off the coast. Even if it doesn't develop into a tropical system, we're still going to get some wind, kind of like last weekend, northeast wind out on Highway 12, so that could cause some issues. And of course, still some rain chances probably lingering into the weekend, though if that starts to move closer to land, that may impact our rain chances just a little bit more. We're quiet now, not a ton of showers out there. Anything we do have moving through is very, very light, with another round possible by sunrise. Tonight's winds out of the northeast, and that's kind of where winds stay, but we're seeing humidity start to move back in. Temperatures tonight staying more in the 70s, and if you do make it to the 60s, not quite as cool, as comfortable as the past few mornings have been. This is what radar could look like at 8 a.m. It's just a model, kind of just giving us guidance, but do have some pockets of heavy rain. The more widespread rain is well off to our west, and then we just see off and on showers, while more thunderstorms and heavy rain flare up close to us, but still thinking a lot of the worst of the heavy rain will stay just to our west, occasionally moving over to some of our western counties. And notice still rain chances lingering into Wednesday night, and then Thursday, Friday, we see kind of a similar pattern of hit or miss showers, some spots of heavy rain, but nothing too widespread that we can see at the moment. It does keep temperatures down, low 80s, some may stay in the 70s all day, and then heading into next week as rain chances dip, the 90s return. So we're not done with those just yet. Usually it's not until September that we see our last 90-degree day. And right now, no tropical impacts, except some of those downpours will be tapping into tropical moisture. But, worst case scenario right now with that system off our coast, still looks like a tropical storm, but more likely a depression or just a low pressure area that brings more rain chances and a little bit of wind.
Looks like keep the umbrellas and the rain jackets handy. Maybe the umbrellas, not so much if it's windy, right?
Yeah, that wind kicks in Friday into Saturday. Hopefully we can keep dropping rain chances for the weekend.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Zach. And maybe something that kids don't want to hear, but it's back to school season. And to help teachers prepare, Governor Josh Stein was in Tarboro today delivering school supplies. Educators from all over Edgecombe County joined the governor as he delivered boxes filled with school supplies to W.A. Patillo Middle School in Tarboro. Markers, notebooks, folders, and more were all donated as part of the governor's yearly school supply drive in partnership with the State Employees Credit Union to take a burden off of teachers. According to Governor Stein, North Carolina teachers rank second in the country for how much money they use to buy school supplies at the start of the school year. Fourth grade teacher Tamika Farmer says buying supplies each year puts a strain on her pocket, but they are necessary for a classroom to function.
It's how we get through our school year. Supplies, it may seem small, but it's really big in the classroom, so they are very much needed in our classroom.
President Donald Trump is set to impose his latest round of tariffs in the coming days, which could impact back-to-school items. Governor Stein today said that he understands the struggles families are facing and hopes this supply drive will help. A meeting was held today to establish a coalition to represent Eastern Carolina fishers in the legislature. Dozens of senators, county commissioners, and fishers met at the Crystal Coast Civic Center in Morehead City for the first Coastal Counties Fisheries Coalition. In the wake of the attempted shrimp trawl ban in June, Dare County Commissioner Bob Woodard and Carteret County Commissioner Chris Chadwick came up with the idea. Even though the coalition is still in its early stages, the goal is clear: to unite coastal fishing communities against potentially harmful legislation.
It's heartwarming to find that so many people across these counties are, standing up with us, and I think that they could do amazing things and, be a source of power, and I'm really pleased with that.
The next meeting is scheduled for September 16th. An advisory against swimming was posted on a swimming site on the Outer Banks. Marine Fisheries has announced the swimming advisory is for Collington Harbor in Kill Devil Hills. The advisory was activated because bacteria levels exceeded state water standards. According to the release, elevated levels of the bacteria could increase the risk of developing gastrointestinal illnesses or skin infections in people or pets. The decision was made after 5 samples were taken over a 30-day period. Marine Fisheries says the beach will not be closing, but signs will be posted to indicate directions in that area. And Dugan Lloyd has sports in just a moment, including tonight's Pepsi Sports Spotlight. Right now, time for tonight's live lottery drawings.
Good evening, I'm Roxy Garrity. Welcome to tonight's drawings for Tuesday, August 5th, 2025. Let's get started with Carolina Pick 3. 2 is your first number, second number, 4, third number is 0, and our Pick 3 fireball number is 2. Joining me for tonight's drawing is our auditor from Preston CPA. Now let's move to Carolina Pick 4. Your first Pick 4 number, 2, second number, 1, third number, 9, fourth number, 2, and our Pick 4 fireball number is 7. Turning now to the Carolina Cash 5. If no one wins the top prize tonight, tomorrow's top prize is estimated at $130,000. And your first Cash 5 number, 8, second number. 11, third number. 10, fourth number is 40. Fifth and final number tonight is 14. The North Carolina Education Lottery has contributed over $12 billion to education. Get your winning numbers every night right here on your exclusive station for the North Carolina Education Lottery. Thanks for playing.
Every night at 6 and 11, WITN is where Eastern Carolina turns for what's happening now and what's happening next.
Tomorrow is a first alert weather.
WITN News at 6 and 11. You are why we first alert.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you can bring a friend anytime and so much more when you join today. Get all the perks with the PF Black Card for $1 down and $24.99 a month.
Offer ends August 14th.
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. With SUVs for life's adventures, trucks as dependable as the people who drive them, EVs to charge up a summer of no limits, and American legends that need no introduction. This summer, Chevy drives America.
Now, well-qualified buyers get 0% financing. That's a total value of around $11,000 for current Chevy owners on this Silverado. See your Coastal Carolina Chevy dealers.
It's Blake and Brad with Carolina Windows and Doors. You work hard and so does your home. Let us help convert your existing patio into an all-season sunroom and provide that special place for relaxation.
Carolina Windows and Doors sunrooms will allow you the fullness of being outside while still protected inside your home. With Carolina Windows and Doors, your project is in good hands. Professionalism is our promise. Upgrade your patio with ease.
Call Carolina Windows and Doors for your new sunroom, providing quality service since 1984. Your home deserves the best.
This candy bar hasn't been sold in decades. I mean, this thing is what?
The Jurassic Park scratch-off from the North Carolina Education Lottery is here. Win up to $200,000 instantly, or enter to win a trip to Hawaii for your chance at up to $1 million. Adventure awaits.
It's the summer sales event with the Ford crew.
It's summer event time, Sam. Great time to buy.
A Ford F-Series truck.
Take your pick. Gas, all-electric, hybrid, and diesel. With impressive towing capability for any size to-do list. Like building a house.
A 2-story brick colonial.
Or hauling that boat to the lake.
What?
That's actually on my to-do list.
Now get 0% financing with 0 down, plus a complimentary 2-year maintenance plan on a 2025 Ford F-150 truck, only at your Carolina Ford dealers.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you can bring a friend anytime and so much more when you join today. Get all the perks with the PF Black Card for $1 down and $24.99 a month.
Offer ends August 14th.
Nothing in the game of football can simulate hitting with full pads. I'm Dugan Lloyd. Welcome to sports, where ECU is now just a few practices into full contact. As the players knock off rust from the offseason, the coaching staff on both sides of the ball are closely monitoring just how players adjust with this weekend's scrimmage rapidly approaching. When that day comes, new defensive coordinator Josh Aldridge will be looking out for one thing above all else.
I think you got to go defensively. You got to go tackle. I don't see how you can evaluate who your best 11 to 22 guys are if you don't know who can tackle. I mean, because we can run all the best schemes in the world, but if we can't tackle and get off blocks, man, that's just what defense is. So, I think once we get that full scrimmage under our belt, we'll have a good evaluation, and slowly but surely we'll chip away at who we think are the guys we need to roll with.
This year, we're in a lot better spot as far as being a player-led unit. You've got guys like Caton, Anthony Smith, Yannick Smith, Marlon, London, McCrimmon, Kojo. Those guys have been in our system for a year now, and they're doing a great job of pushing it every day and having a sense of urgency. We say in our first unit meeting, we're in a race against time and against ourselves of how great do we want to be, and we put a slide up there, our first unit meeting, that said, good is the enemy of great. Do we want to be a good unit or do we want to be a great unit?
Our guys play with an edge. I'll give them that. The culture that was here already when I got here, these guys, they love football. They play with an edge. They play violent, and we've been pretty violent this spring or this fall camp. So far, So, I mean, I appreciate that. That's what we need. You still got to practice like a pro and take care of your teammates when the time comes. But I'm looking forward to us being live on Saturday in the stadium.
As you just said, that scrimmage will be Saturday in Dowdy-Ficklin, where violence is encouraged. Hopefully the sidelines are pretty safe because we'll be there, and we'll have full highlights and sound after the scrimmage.
Looking forward to that. Zach is tracking some rain in the forecast. We'll check back in with him coming up next.
It's bow time. You've had a sausage biscuit before.
A loose goose and an insubordinate hippo highlight a couple of creatures that needed a little wrangling. Patrick Cornell shares those stories in today's Take a Look at This.
This slippery goose no longer on the loose. Obviously not a real goose. Goose is the name of this 5-foot-long monitor lizard that fled a Massachusetts home in July, on the lam for 2 weeks during a multi-state wild goose chase, crossing into Connecticut. Authorities finally found the lizard hiding under a tree root around the Douglas State Forest area.
Took a look in there and there's a tongue sticking out at me.
Teams able to root Goose out of hiding, getting him to a safer environment. The animal will now spend a few weeks in quarantine before moving to a habitat at a nonprofit animal sanctuary. Protesting authority also extends to even the littlest pygmy hippos, who certainly won't be told to leave the pool. Mars, my new spirit animal by the way, at a wildlife park in Goddard, Kansas, simply decided its time in the drink isn't done. So handlers called in Mom to wrangle the squiggling offspring, and the internet has seen this scene before, commenting, "She started counting." Mama probably called out his full name, middle included, and "Mama don't play." Those are the pro moves, and to no one's surprise, Mom got the job done. Even Mars might not want to deal with this gushing grossness. Ew! Yeah, that's an awful amount of brown water sloshing down from the ceiling at the Atlanta airport. That'll give passengers a bad altitude, certainly a pain in the neck for workers. Airport officials say they closed the area for cleaning and sanitizing, and they're investigating the cause, but the horrifying H2O episode didn't impact overall operations. For Take a Look at This, you know what? I'd rather just see Mars again. There he is. Hey, buddy. Hi. I'm Patrick Cornell.
Yeah, Mars made that all better, seeing that again. Let's take a look at tonight's winning lottery numbers now. The pick 3 numbers are 2, 4, and 0. The Fireball is 2. The pick 4 numbers are 2, 1, 9, and 2. The Fireball is 7. And the cash 5 numbers are 8, 11, 10, 40, and 14. Don't think I'd ever want to see a scene like that at an airport if I'm getting ready to take off or land, one of the, just arriving, whatever.
No, and hopefully you weren't anywhere close to where that water was coming out.
That would be bad.
Over the next couple of days, rain chances will be more of an issue than they were today. Some of us had some heavy downpours, but others stayed completely dry. Chances staying dry a little bit lower Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Rain chances start to drop this weekend as system starts to move out, temperatures start to heat up a little bit more, and by next week we'll start to get back into the 90s, but can't shake the rain chances. Still some spotty showers and downpours every day. Right now, the worst of the rain, the highest amounts look to be just to our west outside of ENC on Wednesday, but if we get some of that, that could raise that flash flood threat for Thursday and Friday. We'll keep a close eye on that, keep you updated as we get closer.
Certainly a lot of rain chances there. If you miss it one day, maybe get it the next day, right?
Yeah, I think everybody will see at least one round of rain, probably 2.
All right, thanks, Zach. And thank you for joining us. Be sure to start your day with the Sunrise Show tomorrow morning beginning at 4:30.